viewers, in this video we'll see ratio analysis. Under that we'll find the missing figures for the financial statement analysis. Okay, we'll see one problem now. From the following details, find out current assets, current liabilities, liquid assets, stock. Okay, these information have to be found using this ratios. Current ratio 2.5, liquid ratio 1.5, working capital rupees 90,000. Okay, we'll see how to work out this problem. We have to start with this current ratio. Yes, the formula of this current ratio is current assets divided by current liabilities, that is 2.5. Okay, and from this we can able to know that current asset value is 2.5, and if nothing is there in denominator, we will treat it as 1, right? Okay, so the current assets equal to 2.5 and current liabilities equal to 1 here. Yes. Okay, and next we have a clue of this working capital is the clue here. Okay, using this working capital we have to proceed with this problem, and the formula to find out this working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. Okay, we know the ratio of current assets and current liabilities. Current asset is 2.5 and current liability is 1. So if we minus this, we'll get 1.5, that is working capital. Okay, working capital equal to 1.5. Okay, that is equal to 90,000. The ratio of working capital is 1.5 and its value is 90,000. So we can able to find what is the proportion of this 2.5 and 1. Okay, first we'll see current assets equal to 2.5, we know. That is equal to 90,000 into 2.5 divided by 1.5. Okay, the proportion of current asset is 2.5. That should be divided by the working capital, that is 1.5. Okay, because we will find this current asset using this working capital only. Okay, the value of 1.5 is 90,000. So now we are finding the value of this 2.5. So just a cross multiplication of that will get 1,50,000 is the value of current assets. Okay, and similar way we can find out this current liabilities. Okay, current liability is 1 here. So 1.5 is equal to 90,000. So now we can find what is the value of 1. So 90,000 into 1 divided by 1.5 will get 60,000. Okay, this is the current liability. Okay, and using this current assets and current liability, we can move on to the next step. Okay, see the liquid ratio is 1.5 here. Okay, you just remember this current liability, that is 60,000, because we are going to use this current liability in this liquid ratio formula. Okay, see, liquid ratio is nothing but liquid assets divided by current liabilities, and that is equal to 1.5. So from this we can able to know that is liquid asset is 1.5 and current liability equal to 1, because we don't have anything in the denominator, then it should be treated as 1. Okay, yes, I have written, and we know the value of current liability we found, that is 60,000. Okay, so the value of 1 proportion is 60,000. Now we can able to find what is the proportion of 1.5. Yes, 60,000 into 1.5 divided by 1 will get 90,000. Okay, and this is liquid assets. And now we have to find out the value of stock here. Okay, and stock is nothing but your current assets minus liquid assets, right? Okay, we found the current assets, that is 1,50,000, and the liquid asset is 90,000. So if we subtract that, we'll get the value of stock, that is 60,000. Okay, so we found current assets, current liability, liquid assets and stock. Okay, I hope now you can do this kind of problem, right? Yes, we'll see one more problem. Following are the details relating to the trading activities of JJ Limited. Debtors velocity 3 months, creditor velocity 2 months, stock velocity 8 times, bills payables 4,000, bills receivable 10,000, total sales 2,40,000. The closing stock is 2,000 more than the opening stock. Gross profit on the above sales is 40,000. There are no cash sales and cash purchase, and the accounting year consists of 360 working days. First, we'll start doing the problem to find the sundry debtor, okay, using this debtor velocity. And the formula of this debtor velocity is number of months in a year, because here the number of months was given. Okay, if it is given in days, we can take number of days in a year, and in this problem it is clearly given, that is 360 days are there, but we need not use the days because it's given in months, so we can take number of months in a year divided by debtor turnover ratio, that is 3 months. Okay, and if you do this cross multiplication, we'll get debtor turnover ratio. This 3 months will come here, and debtor turnover ratio will be 12 divided by 3, that is 4 times. Okay, and the formula of this debtor turnover ratio is credit sales divided by accounts receivables, because we need not take average accounts receivables here, because we don't have opening and closing balance of accounts receivables. We just have the bills receivables here, so we can just take accounts receivable, that is 4. And credit sale is given, that is total sales is equal to credit sale, because here we don't have cash sales. Okay, so credit sale is 2,40,000. If we substitute in the formula and do the cross multiplication, yes, we'll get accounts receivables equal to 60,000. And this accounts receivables is nothing but bills receivables plus debtors. Okay, so bills receivables plus debtors equal to 60,000, and here bills receivable was given, that is 10,000. So we can easily find out the value of debtors. Okay, if this 10,000 comes this side, we'll get the value of debtors, that is 50,000. Okay, and next we have to find out the closing stock, because we need to know what is the purchase. For that we have to know the closing stock. We'll go with that stock velocity formula. Okay, stock velocity equal to cost of sales divided by average stock, that is given 8 times. Okay, here we have to find out the cost of sales. We have sales and gross profit. Cost of sales is nothing but sales minus gross profit. So the cost of sales is 2 lakh here. Okay, if we substitute in the formula, we'll get the average stock. Okay, average stock is 25,000. For finding the opening stock and closing stock, first we have to find out the opening stock. For that we need to know the total stock. Total stock is nothing but average stock into 2. We'll get 50,000. And now we can find the opening stock. Opening stock, total stock minus excess of closing stock. That is, in this problem it is clearly mentioned the closing stock is rupees 2,000 more than the opening stock. No, so the closing stock is 2,000 more. So excess of closing stock is 2,000. So we'll get the opening stock is 24,000. And now we can find the closing stock. Closing stock is nothing but the opening stock plus excess of closing stock. 24,000 plus 2,000 will get 26,000. That is the closing stock here. And now we can find out the creditors using this closing stocks, because we have to find out the purchase for that. No, see, creditor velocity formula is number of months in a year divided by creditor turnover ratio, that is 2 months. If we do the cross multiplication, we'll get creditor turnover ratio equal to 6 times. Okay, and the formula for this creditor turnover ratio is credit purchase divided by accounts payables, that is equal to 6. For this we have to know what is this credit purchase, and the formula to find the credit purchase is sales plus closing stock minus opening stock minus gross profit. We have all this in our problem. We found closing stock and opening stock, and sales and gross profit was given in the problem. So we'll get credit purchase as 2,02,000. Okay, and if you do this cross multiplication in this formula, we'll get accounts payable equal to 33,667. Accounts payable is nothing but bills payables plus creditors. Okay, here bills payable was given, that is 4,000. Okay, if we bring this 4,000 here, we'll get creditor as 29,667. Okay, I hope now you can able to find this debtors, stock and creditors, and I have given you a small problem under the 2 methods for you to practice. You just work out this problem and comment the answer. I'll check your answer. Thank you for your patient listening.